Now, your 13 First Alert weather forecast.
Well, it's that time of year that we know you go to work, you turn on the air conditioning, you head home, you go to work, you turn on the heater, and you go home and you turn on the air conditioning. However, this morning we did have some cloud cover roll in. So initially, if you look at our low temperatures, it does look like it was pretty chilly this morning. But once that cloud cover rolled in, it acted like a blanket and, well, kept those temperatures actually climbing right around the daybreak hours. But that said, some of our lows still were into the lower 40s and even a couple 30s. 35 was the low in Medford and 38 was the low in Tomah. But we are expecting a more summer-like pattern to head our way this week with temperatures that'll be returning back to the mid-80s. Going to be actually pretty hot midweek. But while it may feel like summer, kind of looks like fall in a few locations. Now, most of the state is still that 0 to 25% foliage, but there are a couple counties scattered across the state where it's 25 to 50% where we have that foliage. And again, some of those trees starting to make that turn. And usually we would see our peak around the second week of October. So we're still a few weeks away from that, of course. But again, for this week, we'll see those temperatures continuing to climb, and it'll be reinforced by those winds out of the south that will get breezy at times, especially going into tomorrow and Wednesday. But then we have a few more chances at some showers, possibly a few storms that'll be heading our way later this week and into the weekend with, of course, the fall equinox falling on Saturday. That could give us a wet start to fall. Otherwise, for this afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine, just a couple passing clouds, but a few more of those clouds will roll in later on this evening. And there's a look at our Nicolay Bank Skycam over the Chippewa Falls Fairgrounds. Of course, the remnants of Oktoberfest, which I hear was a great weekend, but otherwise can see more of that blue sky in the background. 68 degrees in Chippewa Falls right now, but the dew point at 57 degrees. So those dew points, while they're still comfortable for now, starting to creep up just a little bit. And our temperatures mostly hanging out in the 60s and 70s. 70 on the dot in actually quite a few places, but up towards Medford, things are a little bit cooler. Haven't rebounded as nicely, sitting at 59 degrees. There's our winds, mostly out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And again, rather light for today. Tomorrow and Wednesday going to be a bit of a different story, though. All is quiet on the satellite and radar. We did have some of that cloud cover earlier this morning, but that has since, of course, fizzled out as it pushed a little further towards the east. And when looking at our upper level flow, this is where we have that ridge that's starting to form. And again, that's what's going to be overhead and give us those warmer temperatures later on this week. So through this afternoon, widespread sunshine, winds still very light out of the south. But going into tomorrow morning, a system will pass through to our south that'll bring a few showers and a few storms down that way. We'll just see some variable clouds out of that, and cloud cover remaining a bit more dominant for tomorrow. We'll still, of course, have a few peaks of sunshine, but looking ahead to Wednesday, may start off the morning with some patchy fog, but then we'll give way to a bit more sunshine through the afternoon, and those winds out of the south will help give us some of the warmest air that we've seen for at least the last couple of weeks. Temperature in the mid-70s for this afternoon before dipping to the mid-50s later on tonight with those variable clouds in place. But again, we'll be staying dry. Now, Wednesday back to the mid-80s, and we stay in those low 80s through the rest of the work week before those chances for showers and storms help cool us back down to the seasonable low 70s to wrap up the weekend. Now, for a Sunshine Award, Bill Prosnick would like to nominate Sally Prosnick and says, since I've had serious medical issues over the past 5 years, my wife has been beside me to do everything and take on more responsibility than the traditional wedding vows ever mentioned or agreed to. She deserves a lot of credit for taking on the role she has for not only me, but others, yet she continues to focus on everyone else but herself. Now, if you'd like to nominate someone, send us an email or head over to our website at WEAU.com.
So, Mike, it looks like fall-like temperatures only apply to the mornings.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. But as afternoons, if you like the warmer weather, I mean, this is going to be the forecast for you. And enjoy it, because here we are midway through September. Not too many more weeks like this.
Right, exactly.